family. Anyway, okay, I'll translate it. At some point, my father was known as, in Tagalog na, no, Attorney Gulay. Kasi yung binabayad sa kanya ng mga kliyente ay gulay. No? Sometimes may kasamang manok. Totoo po yun. No? And it you know, I think many others were like that. So it was never for money. It was never for money. And also, when he was Justice of the Peace, he was very strict in the dispensing of justice fairly and you know, in a just way, and made sure that he was above board in even the littlest things. I distinctly remember, you know, my mother was also fond of gardening, but there was one time somebody gave her, of course us in our home, several pots of roses and bougainvillea. Really nothing, right? But when my father asked who it came from, and when my mom answered, and then he knew that it was from one of the litigants, no, that had a case under his sala, he asked my mom to return these pots of roses and bougainvillea. Sometimes you wonder, why? What does it really cost? But again, my father was strict, and he wanted to be above board in all aspects, even in the minor things. I guess this is what remained in me. I'm not claiming to be a perfect lawyer. I'm not claiming to be a saint. But a lot of those lessons have stayed on with me. There's something else. I don't normally share this in my life. But, you know, special occasions such as this. My father and mother were very meticulous also about doing things right, not falsifying anything. Okay. After my grade school, my elementary school, in the public school I went to, I was sent on a training. I was an active Boy Scout. I'm not sure if any one of you were active in Boy Scouts. You were? Of course, there was summer after graduation from elementary that we had training in among the Boy Scouts, and I didn't really know what it was for until after the training. Ayun pala, it was a training to also select delegates from our province to be sent to the World Jamboree. Okay, so, well, you know, I was one of 2 or 3 who were chosen to be the delegates of our province, Negros Oriental. And as we were preparing, of course, I was thrilled. My parents were honored. Their young son was going to be a delegate to the World Jamboree and would travel outside the Philippines. But in the preparation for the trip, they found out that I was 2 months overaged. So my birth certificate says 2 months overaged. I didn't make the age cutoff. So, oh, underage. I'm sorry, underage. Thank you. That's a very important correction. 2 months underage. And some of the friends of my dad said to him, because they knew, madali naman yan eh. Madali naman palitan yung birth certificate, no? Madaling you know, wala kami dito, but actually kung nandito sa Manila, sabihin, napunta ka lang sa recto, eh, pwede ka nang kumuha na kahit anong klaseng dokumento, no? So, I'm sure it had crossed my parents' minds of doing it. After all, what's 2 months? Diba? Sandi lang, you know, more or less, okay ka, di ba? But my parents said, no, don't do it. I mean, we'll not do it. Because, well, the way they put it to me, so I could understand it maybe, you know, in these simple terms, if you do it, you'll have a lot of problems when you grow up in the future. When you are a student, when you, whatever it was. Your records will be topsy-turvy. You will have problems, so we'll not do it. Of course, I was disappointed. They were disappointed too. But you know, the Lord gave us a very good lesson on being right, on being, you know, pardon the expression, I'm not holier than thou here, but being righteous in even the little things. Because many of you might have, your minds might be racing already. That jamboree was the one held in Greece. And the whole Philippine Boy Scout delegation to that World Jamboree did not reach Greece because the plane they were in crashed over the Indian Ocean. That's why there is a Scout Magbanwa, Scout Reyes, Scout Iberdalosa in Quezon City. My other delegate friend from Dumaguete who made it to the plane, his name is Jojo Bagbanwa. So there is a Scout Magbanwa. Some say, Jo, ayaw mo yan, sana meron ka ng Scout Tale Street dyan. So never mind a street being named after me. But what is the lesson that stayed with me? My parents not giving way, not yielding to even the small temptations of falsification of documents. As lawyers, you will encounter maybe opportunities where you will be asked to. Well, you will judge for yourself. But as I said, when our parents stood by what is right, the Lord, the good Lord, sort of affirmed it in a very dramatic way for me, anyway. And so, friends, I guess all of these things I've told you about my story, you know, has been there in my mindset, and as Dr. Alran Bengson also said, in my heart set. No? When I enrolled in the Ateneo in Loyola and pursued humanities course. I finished AB Humanities, although I started out as math. But I was active also in the council, in the dorm council particularly. Those of you who stayed in the dorm in Ateneo know what I mean. I guess this is also the mindset and heart set I had when after 3 years out of college, I decided to take up law, enrolled in the Ateneo Law School in 1975. So my age is now a giveaway. Now, even as I had also at the time full-time work with Procter & Gamble. I guess this was the mindset and the heart set also when at least 3 times in my life, in my professional life, I was one of those crazy ones who took salary cuts because I wanted to pursue work that was closer to what we are formed in Ateneo to be men and women for others. Of course, after an initial resistance, my wife supported me even when she had a smaller budget to work on. These are not small things, actually. The first time when I was an executive in Procter & Gamble, but after finishing with law and passing the bar, I was offered to continue with Procter & Gamble, be transferred to the legal department, but I said no, being in a corporate setting will not make me a real lawyer. I mean, at least I wanted to have the experience of appearing in court, actually practicing law, and getting through all the rigors of law practice, even the very frustrating aspect of your case being postponed and reset, and all these things, and it destroys whatever time management you want to implement in your professional life. But anyway, so I did not accept Procter & Gamble's offer. I went to Romulo Mabanta Law Office. Is Dean Dindo still teaching? Okay, he was my he was my professor, and he asked me to join the Romulo Law Office, which I thought, well, not. I mean, I was very excited. I thought this was a